Yeah, let me...
Let's continue on.
Also, put the bridge that was above us on that drawing.
The
Yep,
coast
absolutely.
is clear.
So the X is where you guys are now. So
Okay.
That's how
cool,
it
cool,
looks.
cool. That makes
Okay.
sense.
Show
Keep
the
going.
Yeah,
cameras.
that'll help for everyone at home too.
Keep going.
okay.
Which way? Which way is keep going? Which of those two options do you like?
The way we're going. This
Okay.
way.
Well, wait. Before we go, maybe we can take a second and try to listen down each path and see if we hear anything coming from either way.
No.
Oh,
All right. Well, I do that despite Hogger
Yeah,
not
you can do that. So just remember, this is something that's unavoidable in D&D. Sometimes I'm going to have to give a specific player information that all of you will hear. Your characters don't know that information,
that's fair.
and acting on that information will result in a penalty.
7, but my perception is crazy. 5. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So all of you hear is the babbling sort of this river. You just hear the water running. That's all you hear.
Okay.
Well, I'm walking.
You didn't ask me for that information, so yeah, I was just doing that.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so
goes off.
Hogger is going on. Right now, I'm just counting it as Hogger going off on his own, and the rest of you following Hogger.
As the person in the back, I'm going to inspect the dead goblin, see if it's got anything cool on it.
Okay. So
That's assuming the rest of us walk over him. He's ahead of us. He's way up there.
yeah, he's pretty far ahead of you. He's
Hogger
about
would get to him. All of us would
40
get to the
feet ahead of
goblin
me.
first.
yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm the first person to say it, so.
If you want, the way we can handle this, if you want to like move ahead of the group and run towards the goblin, you can do that.
Do
No.
that, it'd be hilarious.
No, I'm going down that hallway.
You're going into the hallway.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my god, stop separating.
What are Pervance and Lilia doing?
Urban's is just going with the group, going with the flow,
Well, right now the group is going 2 different ways.
going with the hogger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Pervance and Hogger are together, as it should be.
I'll go with Andrew. It makes more sense.
Okay, so we have you guys split off 2 and 2 right now.
Nice.
Makes some sense.
This is great.
Andrew, what are you doing?
All right.
Strength in numbers. Have you ever heard that?
This is going to be interesting.
I think there's important things down this hallway.
I'm gonna do Hogger and Pervance real quick, just because the first part will be a little bit faster, I think. So Hogger and Pervance, you guys cross underneath the bridge, and you encounter the corpse of the goblin.
I'm looting it out of spite.
Okay. On the goblin, you find 1 scimitar. You also find a pouch with 5 gold in it.
Suck it.
Nice. Nice.
I'm pocketing the gold.
In addition, you find a, now wet because of the river, you find a crude piece of parchment that's crumpled in his pocket, in the same pouch where the gold is.
I hand the parchment to Fervence
Okay.
because I don't like to read.
Yeah, how to read?
Pervance only speaks the common tongue, and he doesn't understand what's written on this.
You haven't even uncrumpled it.
I was gonna say, you don't know what's
Just throws it aside, assuming you can't read it.
Yeah, he uncrumpled it, and he saw it.
Okay, so it's actually written in common tongue.
No, that's.
It's a thing in the world.
Pervance
He
can't-
says that,
Pervance
not
can't
you.
decide.
Fine,
whether-
Pervance reads the paper.
Okay, so from what you can tell,
Re-rolling, telling the DM what's on paper.
from what you can tell, it's poor grammar, poor spelling in this note, but from what you can make out, it is in the common tongue, and it is a crude love letter of sorts.
Aw.
It appears to be some sort of love interest of this goblin who he apparently just had kids with and is only part of this gang to gather some money so they can get away from this.
Well, that money is in Hogger's pocket now.
Yeah,
That
we
money is
all
in
have
ours.
to
The
live with the
important-
decisions we make.
Sentimentality aside, in the note it says, "I can't wait for you to escape the grasp of Clarg, I believe is the name. Yeah, Clarg. Can't wait for you to escape the grasp of Clarg." So right now, Pervance, you are the only person who has that information.
Pervance will keep this information to himself because he knows that Hogger has a harder heart than most. He's known to have a hard heart.
Very astute.
Though,
I also take the sword and
Okay.
sheath it.
what did you say the name was of the person holding his wife?
Maybe I explained that poorly, but
Clark.
the wife is not being held.
Oh.
The goblin is working for this overlord
I'm sorry.
named Clark.
Oh, so
And so she just wants him to
get.
get out of there
Yeah.
so he can get out of this whole looting and killing business.
So Pervins will keep this information to himself, but he may in the future choose to share it with Lilia.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Quick aside. The way a critical hit works apparently is you roll 2 dice. So I rolled a 1d6. It would have been a 2d6.
So instead of doubling.
okay.
Though,
That's cool.
And then it said something about rolling it twice, but I think they just mean you roll a d6
In
and then you roll a
third
d6.
edition, you most of the time you multiply by 2.
Moving on.
Whoa. Okay.
There are other people doing other shit, so maybe we hear about us now.
I'm still walking.
Okay, so I just wanted you guys to encounter the goblin real quick. I will go ahead and do Lilia and Andri right now.
Your RP.
The 2 female adventurers.
comes into real life too much. It makes me nervous.
Okay, so here's the official RP for the passage that you're going in right now. Andri, since you told me you want to go in the passage first, you are first in the pecking order right now. The main passage from the cave mouth climbs steeply upward, the stream plunging and splashing down its west side. In the shadows, a side passage leads west across the other side of the stream. So that's where you're going now. So you're going through, basically it's a bunch of loose gravel, and you guys, you can't see. Do you have the lantern lit? I don't remember.
Last it was off. I'll put it back on. I'll put lantern back on
Okay.
since I'm going down this hallway.
And I go, do you need that thing?
Yes.
So
I
you
do.
guys have a hard time moving in the gravel, but you can relatively get through it if you want to.
We both walk pretty quietly, though, right?
You walk normally. You wouldn't walk as a normal person would unless you tell me otherwise.
I'm naturally stealthy.
And I feel like I am too.
Naturally stealthy. You can choose to sneak if you want.
Yeah, we're in a cave. I'm sneaking right now.
Okay, you always have to say that. I will
Oh,
not
okay.
assume sneaking unless you say sneaking.
Got it.
It's a very easy thing for me to say, for me to account for, but you just have to tell me.
Cool. I'm sneaking.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay.
And I'm sorry. Which way is the running water on that map you drew for us?
Yeah,
Is
Is
the
it
absolutely.
other
Hogger's
hallway.
path
Great
or our
question.
path?
Great question. So,
It's in Hogger's hallway, right?
yes.
Okay.
So, the squiggly line is where the water is.
Got it.
Where you guys are, there's no more water.
Great.
And just to give you guys kind of a heads up, it's pretty simple. So this right here is where you guys are. Where the circles are is loose gravel, and then where these 3 dashes are, there's just about 5 feet ahead of up above you. There's just a ledge, and then up top there's more loose gravel, and then it opens up into something wider.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
How tall is
Okay.
the ledge?
It's about 5 feet. You could
So we
You
can
could
look
very-
over it. I can
you
look
you
over
could
it.
look
I'm not
over it.
half-
You could look over it, and you can easily climb on top.
Okay. I'm 6 feet tall, so I look over the thing and try to perceive what's in the larger chamber with my
Okay.
superior elven eyes.
Can I have you both roll a stealth check, please? And please add your stealth bonus, which should be on your skill sheet.
Not ready. Stealth check is a 20.
Stealth check is a 20, yes.
I got a critical failure. +2.
9 plus 7 plus 16 stealth. But you probably just
I
blew
got
it.
a 3.
You blew it for the both of us.
So, I'm sorry, what did you get, Lilia?
I rolled a 1,
Okay.
and I have 2 in my stealth.
That is all I need to know.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no.
know.
What did you get, Andrew?
16.
16, okay.
Dang it.
So,
I'm like, I. All or nothing, I guess.
Lilia,
Yeah.
as you approach that ledge and you try to peek over, you actually slip on some loose gravel that is collected at the bottom of the ledge, and your head slams
Yeah.
Oh, no.
into the ledge.
There it is.
It hurts, but it's not that bad. 2 points of damage.
Oh!
That's like
That's
Whoa.
a lot of damage.
20% of my health.
Oh my god.
As soon as this happens, you hear a splash. And you
Behind
hear-
me or
well,
ahead?
sorry, let me get this right. So the first thing you hear is you hear sort of like a yelp, like ah, somebody knows something's there,
Right.
and then you hear a splash and something's been put out. Let's say. What do you do?
I go, Gah!
Okay.
Well, I think they know we're here.
You're bleeding just a little bit from the bump on your head. A piece of rock jutting out of the ledges, just cut you slightly. It's not terrible. You can
I
still
wipe my
act.
forehead and lick it off my hand.
Okay.
Should we get the others and bring them here?
Yes.
All right.
I heard at least one thing
Yeah.
moving up there. It hurt us.
All right, you stay here. I'll get them.
And I'm sorry, by the way.
That's fine.
My foot slipped on these rocks. I'm ashamed.
So, I choose to abandon this path and try to catch up with Hogger and Purvins
All right.
quickly.
And
Right
I,
now-
So
I
sta-
crouched down behind the thing with my bow ready.
Stealth off. I'm trying to get there as fast as possible.
So you're leaving. You're staying.
I'm crouching by the thing with my bow so I can shoot somebody in the nuts if they come over here.
Cool. So right now I'm gonna move back, flash forward to Hogger and Purvins. Remember, you don't know Andrea's coming for you. As you said earlier, you wanted to proceed forward. I'm still going to assume that naturally, without that information, that's what you would do. So
Absolutely.
we're gonna have you keep moving forward. So, another wonderful drawing for you guys.
Well, I mean, no.
You guys move past the bridge, and this is what it where you are right now looks like. So this is where you are. You're just past the bridge, which is 20 feet above you.
Oh, cool.
If you go east and then south, there's a pathway, and then if you keep just going straight east, it opens up into something wider.
Give me that.
This? And you're free to act.
Straight.
Okay? Can I have you...
I will head to the right, the path on the right.
Oh, they're splitting up.
Whoa!
Oh,
Oh, man.
Whoa! This is.
whoa, that was unexpected.
If
We're
Hogger
all going to die every
if
time.
Hogger chooses to come with me, in fact, I will actually attempt to persuade him.
I'm going
Okay.
straight.
Oh my god.
I have a +5 persuasion,
Ooh.
so I will attempt to persuade Hogger.
Wow.
You're not persuading me.
Don't you have
Do I roll for that?
She can attempt it. She's free to attempt it.
Do I roll?
Okay.
Do I roll
Yeah.
for that? What do I roll?
20? Always at 20. The only other one for damage. Pretty much.
So, a 10.
A 10 plus.
Or it's a
That's it.
5 plus
Total.
a
That's it.
5 plus a 5.
But
What
I
is
have
your-
double.
What is your intelligence, Hogger?
Oh, no, it's in a spell.
Oh.
My intelligence is 7 with a -1.
Okay. Roll a d20 and -1.
16 -1, 15.
Okay. So, Hogger, this is nothing against you. This is just as it's stated on your character sheet. Hogger is not a smart guy. In fact, I think it's fair to call him dumb in the world of D&D. Not a personal attack or anything. It's just your character. So, despite that, Purvins, you can tell, is still anxious. She's still timid.
He.
You can immediately sense, I'm sorry. You can immediately sense fear in the young halfling. And you don't respect you. That is anti-everything Hogger. And so, his attempts at persuasion do nothing. Now, one other important detail that I forgot to mention really quick is that the water is kind of flowing like this. So it's on sort of the western side of it, but to go into this path, it kind of pools to where you have to step in the water. So,
How fast is the water running?
decently fast.
Give me the thing so I can show people.
Decently, oops,
Whoop.
sorry. Decently fast. I mean, if it were waist high, it could definitely carry you out of the cave, but because it's only at your ankles, it's not really impeding you in any way.
Okay, well, I will continue onward.
Okay, so
A split.
Sometime we're gonna put a camera for him. When we get
Perfect.
the splitter. The
That's what I
switcher.
suggested.
you're going to be very grateful
It'll be easier with this switcher.
that you went into that other path. The loud chainmail boots of Hogger splashing in the water
Oh no.
can be heard not throughout the entire cave, but through a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew, will you roll a perception check?
Yeah. What is it? That's a 20?
Mhm.
1.
Because what I've been kind of doing up until this point is there's basically like two sides of the path that you guys have been walking on, a water side and a non-water side.
Yeah,
I'm assuming you're not going through the water.
right.
So-
I have a 1 with +0 for perception, so that's a hard one.
You don't hear the
Yeah.
splashing.
No, I did not.
A 1 is a critical failure. So.
Yeah. I must hear something else. What is that?
The loud splashing
Just
of
sing
your
a
boots,
song in your
Hogger,
head. The perfect song.
alert something in that
Bring
in
it.
that path.
Oh man, here we
I'm
go.
hungry.
Here we
Hungry!
go. Hogger is hungry.
It's been too long.
It's been 7 hours.
You get right to the end,
It's too
so
long.
you get right here, and you can kind of see into it. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the description. The cavern is half filled with two large pools of water. A narrow waterfall high in the eastern wall feeds the pool, which drains out the western end of the chamber to form the stream that flows out of the cave mouth below. Low fieldstone walls serve as dams holding the water in. A wide exit stands to the south, where two smaller passages lead west. The sound of the waterfall echoes throughout the cavern, making it difficult to hear. However, something happens.
Uh-oh.
You can see goblins, and they're pulling these stones. They're ripping them off. Those stones that serve as a dam. The passage is suddenly filled with a mighty roar as a huge surge of rushing water pours down from above.
Awesome.
So, there are two characters affected by this flood. One is Hogger, whose chainmail boots alerted the goblins in the other cave, who normally can't hear unless it's an exceptionally loud noise because of the waterfall in the room. The other is Andre, who's trying to alert Hogger.
How is chainmail stepping in water louder than a waterfall?
You're like 100 billion pounds.
That's the thing, is your weight. The weight in combination with the chainmail.
I guess I'll buy that.
I know it's a little bit frustrating.
It's cool. Bring
There's
it.
definitely an argument to be had there. So, go ahead and make a. I'm gonna tell you what you can do here because this is a unique situation. Both of you.
Are you right behind me?
No, I didn't get that far, but I'm
You're
certainly
you're
on
in the
street,
hallway.
In the
And
hallway.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
So, Hogger, if you remember, you are like
Yeah.
right here.
And he's like right here.
No, he's
Even
not.
further back.
He's way
Even
further
further.
back.
You gotta
Okay.
still describe it out loud. 'Cause
Right, so Hogger is right here, but the pathway where Pervins went down is pretty close. There's two things you can do that I'm going to let you do. I'm going to tell you that you won't have to think of on your own. So you can either grab onto the rock wall and try to withstand the flood, or which will require a strength check, or you can try to dive into the path where Purvance was and avoid the path entirely, and that would require a dexterity check.